Hey everyone, how you all doing? I always the last kind of 2 minutes always go by dead fast. It always sneaks up on me. Like I look and I see 2 minutes and I think, right, I've got 2 minutes to go. And then I look again and I always try and start the countdown like 30 seconds because of 30-second countdown. So I try and start it like 30 seconds before it hits 9 o'clock, if that makes sense. I know it's not a big deal, but the point is I always gets to like 10 seconds to 9 and I'm like, shit, I've not started the countdown. Anyway, hello to everybody. Let's see who's here. We've got lovely Sandra, lovely Jackie, lovely Simon. We have to call everyone lovely now, otherwise, first person I don't call lovely is going to feel left out. um, oh, Simon says it's the Slimming World Club. Yeah, I need to get back on Slimming World, so I do. I hope you can hear me. I should put this on the chat. Scroll to the bottom. There's no one telling me they can't hear me, so it should be fine. Yeah, I need to get back on Slimming World, so I do. There's weird things happening. Like, are you guys seeing that? Like the weird flash of colour across the screen? Let me know if you saw that. It's like not constant. It's just like quick, like something weird happening. Anyway, yeah, Naomi says yeah, you can see it. Hopefully, it was just a bit of, like a one-off, something weird happening. But if it keeps happening, then I don't know what I'll do, to be honest. Yeah, Slimming World. I've decided I decided ages ago I was going to start like 6 months before the wedding, which is coming up fast now actually. The wedding's in January, so I should really start like July time. Because I don't want to, like, that way sometimes you can peak and then you can start putting on weight before you mean to. So I'm kind of trying to get it so I'm at my lowest weight for the wedding kind of a thing. So yeah, I want to lose a few stone, and just kind of get in shape and feel a bit more comfortable. Anyway, yeah, so we've got Laurie Kramer. Hi, Laurie. Kim Moon Whisper. Hi, Kim. How are you? I've got lovely Hen says, well, shit, I'm finally able to catch you live. Hi, Chris and all. That's lovely to see you. How are you doing? Are you doing okay, Jen? Let's see. I can see the chat is starting to scroll. Simon's got what's it's in a curly whirly. Very nice. I still get hi-fi bars because you can buy them in Iceland now, or well, the Food Warehouse, which is like kind of the same company as Iceland, I think. It's doing it again. Don't know why it's doing that. And if I don't know why it's doing that, I don't know how to stop it. But yeah, hi-fi bars. My favourite is like the salted caramel ones, so I've been eating them. The only trouble with hi-fi bars, probably shouldn't say this on a live, but anyway, I started now. How to say it politely? They have an undesirable laxative effect. So they do. I don't know if it's just me that's allergic to them or something, or if they just don't agree with me, or if I just eat too many of them. But yeah, that's the only thing about them. Let's see. So we got to Jen, and then Simon said about his curly whirly. Justin, hi Justin, how are you? Justin's just uploaded an interview with Vincent Patici. So check that out. The chat just jumped. See, because you're all mods, it's not even as if I can just like kind of use the blue to anchor me. It's like it's all blue. No, I'm still not there. There he is. There's Justin saying, "Hey everyone, right? Okay, so we've got Justin, we've got Kristen, listening whilst walking to mum's. Well, I hope that you get on okay at your mum's, Kristen. Hope your mum's doing as well as she can be just now. Say hi to Sandra at the start. You were here at the start, weren't you, Sandra? Ashy, hi Ashy, how are you? Diane from Blue Crescent Tarot, hello. And Regina, hello Trouble. Listening and working. Naomi, hi Naomi, how you doing? Saw the flash, saw the flash, saw the flash. Have we got anyone else? Jonathan, hiya, how are you doing? Jonathan, I keep missing your lives these days, because I've started tutoring again. So I'm tutoring. I've got a student that I'm tutoring in maths, and it's at 7 o'clock on a Tuesday, which is when your live is for me. So I was able to pop in at the end because I like. Is it Lisa? Is that her name? I really like her. And I don't even think I caught her for that long last time you had her on, but she just seems lovely. She seems really, really nice, and I've got a lot of time for her, even though I don't know her that well. Um, but yeah, so yeah, I know I'm sorry I keep missing them. Um, let's see. Jackie, did I say hi to you? Jackie Jacaranda? I think I did, because again, you were one of the first in. God, I've done that thing where I've forgotten the first lot of names, so I'm going to start going all over again. I'm going to double up on everybody. Um, Debbie from Aquarius. Oh, hi Debbie, how are you? Tarot. Jonathan. She says, all good and better for having seen your mug. Now, do you mean my mug as in my face, or my mug, my Star Wars mug? Because both are pretty cool. My mug probably far more cool than my face, to be fair. But cheers. And I've got, what have I got? I've got a latte macchiato in my mug today. See, because I don't work on a Friday anymore, I feel a wee bit gallus, like I can have a wee caffeinated drink with you during my live at 9 o'clock. So what's everybody else drinking? Right, that jumped when Jonathan had tagged me, so there he's there. Regina says, wait, what's a laxative? Sandra says, ew, Chris. Oh my god, ew, David. Sorry, that was a Schitt's Creek reference for anyone who didn't recognise it. Ew, David. Your favourite high fives are the fruit and nut. Ew. I hate raisins. I hate like fruity things and sweets. I think it's disgusting. So right back at you, Sandra. Ew. Oh my god, ew, Sandra. I was heartbroken when I found out cherries are a laxative. Regina. I didn't know that about cherries. I hate cherries though. I don't like cherries. A stool softener. Oh, lovely, Naomi. A stool softener. It's like fabric softener, but for stool. Oh, sorry. I don't know where my mind goes sometimes. Robin, hi, Robin. How are you? Having lunch in the garden? Oh, you fancy bitch. What are you having? What are you having for lunch out in the garden? That sounds really exciting. We have not had the weather for having lunch in the garden today. It's been absolutely pissing it down with rain today here. Um, you're so polite, Naomi. My response was going to be they make you shit. All good and better for having seen. Oh, yeah, sorry, I seen that. We're doubling back over comments as well as people now. Oh, guys, it's no good. Oh, I jumped again. Oh my god, Hen. Now I have that 90s dance song going to make you sweat in my head, but the lyrics are replaced with going to make you shit. What did Hen say? I don't think I caught that. Oh, right, yeah, I did, and I read it out. Wow, What's going on? I can't seem to. My memory seems to be going today, doesn't it? Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. Do you know? I had my piano lesson earlier on, and my teacher said to me, like, "What are you doing at the weekend?" And I was like, "I don't know. I can't remember." Like, literally, everything just goes out my head these days. It's not good. Robin's on his phone, limited texting today. Well, I hope you're going to tell us what you're having for lunch, because now I'm curious. Lisa Santine, that's it. She's a great person, so nice to chat with. We ended up chatting for another hour after your live was done. Oh, that's really nice. What the replay says, Jen, she's really is a sweetheart. Yeah, she is. Coffee, fancy coffee, says Ishi. Naomi's got water. Regina. Oh, right, you're correct in your spelling of the word here. I wasn't judging you, don't worry. Robin's got a Dr. Pepper, but what are you having for lunch? What's for lunch? I have a bit of my decaf Starbucks Verona left, says Diane. Very nice. Parsley is also a laxative, says Regina. Regina, for someone who didn't know what a laxative was 2 minutes ago, you sure know what a lot of laxatives are. But you need to eat a lot of it. My brew needs the sack. She'll be in short. Oh, my brew lady needs the sack. She'll be in shortly. Daughter. The weather's been crap, says Naomi. Yeah, it's not been the best today, has it? The weather has also taken a laxative. Have I started you now? I've started you on the laxative train. I don't know where that came from. I do apologise. We now know we can torture Chris by force feeding him raisins. Oh, yeah, no, horrible. I don't like raisins at all. I think they're disgusting. It's freezing in Manchester. Even had the heating on at one point, so isn't issue. Neem, hi Neem, how are you? Just passing through to say hi, hit like, and now I got to go. Hello, goodbye everyone. Oh, well, it was lovely to see you. Neem, one of these days I'm going to get you on here with me, so Jackie's drinking sugar-free cream soda. Lovely. Should make yourself. I know we've maybe talked about this before, but you should make yourself an ice cream float. You know, you can get like the low-fat Ben and Jerry's. Is it Ben and Jerry? Yeah, like the kind of high protein, the kind of a blue tubs of Ben and Jerry's. Make a lovely ice cream float with the sugar-free cream soda. That'd be nice. Right, here we go. So, Robin, okay, Chris. Or was that an okay, Chris? Turkey on a roll and Dr. Pepper. Very nice. Oh my, is she very hot here in South Dakota, says Laurie. Oh, lucky you. No, I didn't know what you were saying was a laxative. Oh, right. So you weren't saying what is a laxative, you were saying what is a laxative. I was talking about hi-fi bars. It's a kind of a slimming world, like we kind of breakfast bar type thing, isn't it? Neem says, "Damn you, Jen! Just as I was closing the window, I saw shithead Neem. I had to come back to put up my two fingers and middle toes, my two middle fingers and middle toes." Jen's potty mouth brought me right back. No, I'm going to die young and get fired all because of you, Jen. Well, we can't have that, can we? Yeah, how's everybody doing? How's everybody's week been? I, in usual true form, don't have anything particular to chat about, to be honest with you. Trying to think, was there something I was going to mention? No, if there was, it's going out my head. This is why I should write things down. Antoinette, hi Antoinette, how are you? I just hit the mic. Sorry, guys. Robin says, in the far future, when Sandy's old and wrinkly and you're kissing him, I hope you don't think of raisins. No, I probably won't, because I don't tend to think of raisins very often, because they're rather disgusting. Meme, does that include me, says Justin. Also, my Instacart has arrived. They are Ben and Jerry's non-dairy cherry Garcia in it. Relevant, I think. If it's cherry, I'm not interested, Regina. I like cherry things. Jen won't just let me be great, but I love her anyway. Says name. Aw, isn't that nice? I think this is just becoming a back and forth between Hen and Neem. Oh, Antoinette just sat down to Justin's video with Patishi, nearly 4 hours long. Wow, should be called an audience with. Yeah, so so I think I hope it's okay to kind of say this. Just well, yeah, it is because it's public and they'll see it for themselves. But it's not actually that long. He's doubled it up by accident, so it's half that length. Isn't it? It's like what? It's like an hour and a half maybe, or just over that. So yeah, I think this is the second one round, Justin. That's the one with the with with the outtakes in it. So the first time round is the edited version, and then the second time it's got all of the bits that he's taken out. So if you want a good laugh, then skip to the second time round. If you take the time and divide it by two and go to the middle point, then that's roughly where the second one will start. Spirit Healing Tarot says hi all. Hi there, how are you doing? Jonathan's so healthy. What's Jonathan having? Just finished non-dairy fish food Ben and Jerry's last night. What do you know? I once bought non-dairy. It wasn't Ben and Jerry's. It was Halo Top ice cream. By accident, I didn't realise it was the non-dairy stuff I'd bought, and it wasn't very nice. It tasted really kind of I don't even know. It just tasted off. Um, I didn't enjoy it. Is that just me, or does anyone else feel like that with non-dairy ice cream? Um, do you do you just always eat non-dairy ice cream, Jonathan? Do you just enjoy it? Justin says, "Yeah, I don't know what I did with Photoshop. I marked it private. I don't know how people are watching it. It's unlisted. I don't know. Maybe if it's because when you first posted it, it came up as a notification. So if you've got the link to click on, you can still see an unlisted video. So if they've still got the link on their notifications, then maybe they're getting to it through that. Try Talenti Cookie Crunch ice cream. Bump the healthy stuff. Yeah, what is my favourite ice cream to eat? Ben and Jerry's do a birthday cake ice cream. Has anybody tried that? That's really really nice. Like just the full fat one. That's like a guilty pleasure. And Haagen-Dazs salted caramel is amazing. So it is. Sandra says I had vegan ice cream when I met up with Kelly Bear. It was yum. Oh, nice. Jonathan, not by choice. Dairy is a major laxative for me. Gosh, we're all we're all telling our laxative stories today, aren't we? um, Justin, your Vincent video is unlisted? Question mark. It showed up for me, but I haven't watched it yet. Says Deanne. Yes, I used my link 3 hours ago. Says Antoinette. Coffee, cookies, and cream is the best. Says Debbie. I don't mind coffee and things, but it's just not something I would go for a treat, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't ever pick up coffee flavored ice cream just because like ice cream's a treat for me, you know. It showed up for me too, says Neem. you may have unlisted it. Regina, regular doesn't sit well with me all the time for non-dairy. It depends on what the replacement milk is with, which flavour. Like if you have mint chocolate chip, coconut milk is the best. Right, okay. Jen's not a fan of ice cream at all. I do like ice cream. Robin, you talking about ice cream? I think I might stop at the park truck on the way home. Love me some soft serve. Do you know what's really nice? Like talking about vegan food. My friend makes vegan chocolate cake. Is it vegan chocolate cake or is it gluten free? Or it might be everything. It might be vegan and gluten free. Don't know. I'll ask her tomorrow. But yeah, she makes like a chocolate cake, like kind of chocolate fudge cake. It's really, really nice. It's just as good, if not better, than like any other chocolate cake I've had. So yeah, and I think it's okay to make. I don't think it's difficult to make. Neem says, "Oh, it gives you the runs." Ew, David. Well, it makes me gassy, but that only bothers my household. Since it's me, I know hold my breath. Move out the way, Jonathan. Oh. But my chat is pure filth tonight, isn't it? Justin is just marked it private. Jackie loves ice cream. Yeah, me too. Me too. Love a good bit of ice cream. We were out for dinner last night. It's my wee brother's birthday, or it was on Monday. So we went out for dinner last night for it, and we went to a Chinese restaurant called Cotton House. It was beautiful. I had a chicken satay skewers, and then for my main, I had like chicken curry, and for dessert, I had a millionaire cheesecake with like a blob of ice cream on the side. It was beautiful. Really enjoyed it. Do they have Mr. Softy in the city, Robin? Um, Vegan mousse with avocado and raw. Um, oh gosh, I'm going to say this wrong. Is it cacao powder? I want to glance at it and say cocoa, but I know it's not. It's like oh, I don't know how to say it. Whatever. That powder. Let it rip, says Neem. Oh, thank you, Kristen. I'm not even going to read that out. Jeez, oh. Uh, Robin says, I think so, Neem, or some variant. It's definitely gone to shit, Chris, says Jen. Well done, you. It really has. I know. I, I think it might have been me that started it when I was talking about hi-fi bars being like a laxative. Um, People were saying what? This is what Kristen said. Hang on, I can put it on the screen if I can find it. That is, I can put it on the screen. Kristen stopped walking to type this and everything. It's there. I shan't read it out, but you can read it for yourself. Robin's lactose intolerant, but for the joy of ice cream, I'll pop a pill and risk the cramps. That's a shame. Jonathan, dairy gives me gut pains and the effects last 48 hours. I had a seaweed salad once and reacted like I had milk. They'd used lactose as seasoning. Oh, that's quite unusual. I know that, is it, do Chinese people tend to be lactose intolerant? Is it Chinese people that in Chinese cooking they don't use lactose? Or am I making that up? I've heard something like that. I think we're just talking about lactose intolerance now. What time I'm on? 1:25 past. I normally wait until the hour mark to start doing readings. But I mean, we can start. We can just kickstart just now if you want. Does anybody get any questions that they want to ask? You can either tag me or stick it in capitals. I'll stick that on just now. We can keep chatting, but just if you've got a question for the cards. So I had said I'm using the Bright Future Tarot today. I've got the first edition with the kind of first edition cards that haven't been replaced. Some of the cards, or like one of them in particular I can think of, the Tower card, it might be a wee bit, it might stir up some emotions for some people because it's the Time magazine depiction of the Twin Towers. So just in case it comes up and I don't tell you quick enough at the time, just bear that in mind. Right, okay, so I've got a couple of questions, but I was immediately drawn to Neem's question. Will Jennifer, that sciencey bitch, ever just be kind? Oh, you're talking about Jen. Right, okay, I've got you. Whip out the cards and read her ass. Oh dear. Right, so is Jen. Right, I need to get into a different. Or this is just going to be chaos. That's sciencey bitch. It's there. Right. So yeah, I started talking about this there. Saskia has redrawn, I think it's about 8 of the cards, if I remember correctly. And you can now get if you buy it off her Etsy site or her website, it'll be the kind of a newer card you get in the new edition. And there's an offer on just now. I can't remember what the code. There's a code you need to put in, and you can get it from her Instagram. So if you follow her on Instagram, you get the code from there. I think it's on her story just now. And yeah, either her Etsy or her website, you should be able to get this on. So yeah, and let's fire away and let you see them in action, and you can decide whether you fancy them. What do we want? We want zoomed in table, aren't we? That's the right one. Aye. So are we reading for the week ahead for Jen? That didn't work too well. Right, Jen, week ahead then. So for your strengths, we've got the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. So there's maybe some difficult shit that you're going to have to deal with in the week ahead, but the fact that this is coming out as a strength is quite positive. 5 of Pentacles is often coming out when we, how to phrase it, when the worth of something turns out to be less than what we thought it was. Now that doesn't always have to be bigger picture a bad thing, you know. Jen, your favourite deck, the Marielle. The Marielle, the whole point in the 5 of Pentacles and the Marielle is they're pointing inwards, they're pointing, they're saying the paradise is within, it's within your heart. So the fulfillment, what it is that you're looking for, all these good, happy feels, you'll get them within. You don't get them from having material things. So it's kind of like you're going through this thing where you're realizing that the stuff around about you, the shiny stuff that you've accumulated over time, actually doesn't do the trick like you thought it did. And the whole point, the whole trick to navigating the Five of Pentacles is to realize that actually you've got everything that you need within you, and stuff is just stuff. If that's coming out as a strength for you, then that's telling me that you're not so caught up in the kind of a materialistic stuff around about you. Okay. So although we associate this with hard, hang on, have I just muted myself? No, no. Although we associate this card with hard times, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's all going to be like kind of unicorns with rainbows coming out their butts, but we tend to associate this with hard times. But if it's a strength for you, then you've definitely got what it takes to kind of turn it into a positive situation, or at least to kind of navigate the difficult times swiftly, smoothly, effectively. Weaknesses coming out. So we've got the Ace of Pentacles. You're probably sick of hearing me saying by now, but for me, the Ace of Pentacles, it's about self-love. It's like the root of the power of water. It's like the root of all that kind of watery stuff. So like, yeah, relationships and love and all that kind of thing. But connections, do you know what I mean? Like just emotional connections with other people, with the things that we're trying to do. So the Ace of Cups coming out as a weakness, to me, the root of everything water starts with yourself. It starts with that self-respect, realizing your self-worth, and a bit of self-love and self-care. So when you're kind of coming at the week ahead, Jen, you've obviously got some stuff that you're going to have to deal with, and you're well able to deal with it, but you need to remember and take care of yourself as well. An asset that you've got a lot of fives coming out here. So we've got the Five of Swords coming out. So, and again, this is another situation where it's like, right, we're talking about quite a difficult time. There's maybe some difficult conversations to be had, but that's coming out as an asset for you. So there might be arguments to be had, there might be disagreements, but the fact that you can all sit down around the table at the end of the day and hash it out and talk it out, and it might not be the easiest conversation in the world to have, but the fact that you're able to do that, is in itself an asset. There's still kind of a hope there. This isn't a Five of Swords where everything's gone to shit, everything's lost, and it's just time to change directions and start again afresh. It's not that at all. That you can use that, that swords, that airy intelligence, that intellect, that understanding to navigate the tough situations. And I think the environment that can be created is definitely like kind of the asset that this is talking about. The opportunity coming out is the Ten of Swords. So, my goodness, what kind of are you kind of telling me stuff here? What are you? Name shut up, you. Fuck's sake, Chris, I wanted a good reading. Yeah, I don't know if you really got that, to be honest. We're just looking to see whether whether you're chatting, whether you're telling me stuff. So the Ten of Swords as an opportunity. I mean, again, I'll say it again, that there's tough times in the week ahead, but there's an opportunity to kind of leave those tough times behind. Whatever the shit is that has to be dealt with, there's an opportunity to grab that bull by the horns, deal with it. And I know this is my war cry. I should just get one of like a wee thing on the screen that says, I know this is easier said than done, but I know that it is easier said than done. But there's the opportunity there to kind of have those disagreements, to hash them out, to speak them out, and put them to rest and move on from them. And Ten of Swords can be a really difficult thing because it can require sacrifice in some way. You might need to compromise, you might need to leave something behind that you weren't quite ready to leave behind. So it might be an ideal, it might be some sort of frame of mind, something you had your mind on that you wanted to do. You might need to actually leave that to one side in order to kind of you know, when you kind of zoom out and look at the bigger picture, you might need to leave that in order to move forward. And yeah, just make the most of this opportunity. So, I mean, see when we look, just glance at this reading without any kind of position meanings or anything. The week ahead is looking kind of tough. I think you're going to have to really. I mean, the only positive card, you know, seemingly positive card coming out is in the weakness position, Jen. So do me a favour and just concentrate on that self-love. The Ace of Cups, I said earlier on, it's the root of the power of water. So it's at the root of your emotional connections, you know. It's that key, you know, it's the key to you kind of feeling, you know, feeling content, fulfilled, happy in your emotional self. Whatever that key is, make sure that you're tending to it, because it's, I mean, if this reading is anything to go by, then it's your, you know, it's your anchor point and you need it. And it's coming out as a weakness in this reading. So just be conscious of it. Just in the week ahead. So what have we got? We've got 10 and 10 is 20, plus 1 is 21. So we've got the world. Is the when you add them all up, we get 21. So that's the world. And this deck, I don't know if I can find it quickly. It's actually called the universe, and it depicts all of the chakras being aligned. It's actually a really kind of nice card. It's a nice depiction. See if I can find it for you. But yeah, you know, the world. Well, what can I say? It's, you know, it's aligning all of that stuff. Quite often it's talking about kind of like this, only a much less harsh this. It's kind of a moving on. It's the completion of one phase and the start of another kind of a thing. There it's there. So there's our universe. All of the chakras are aligned. The Kundalini energy is kind of a built up, and it's like just that just preparing you and forcing you on through to the next kind of phase. So let's see. You've said chatting to hash out would actually involve being spoken to. Yeah, it's coming up as an opportunity. I think I know what you're. I think we've talked about that before. If it's the same thing that I'm thinking, but the Five of Swords coming out as an opportunity means that there is not an asset. Sorry, I beg your pardon. There's an asset. That coming out as an asset is something that you can use. Does suggest that, you know, there is perhaps the opportunity to sit round the table there, and have some sort of discussion. It might not be a very pleasant discussion. It might not end in, you know, all happy, lovey, but there's still the opportunity there to have some sort of discussion. So perhaps I need to chat to myself. Definitely makes sense. You know, part of it, right? Okay, yeah. So see what comes up in the week ahead. See what comes up for you, and if you get the chance to have a conversation, any conversation, it might be an uncomfortable one. It might be one where you feel, let me just hold this closer so you can see it. You know, you feel like her. You know, your head's in your hands and you feel as though you're getting nowhere. You might feel like that, but it's still an asset. It's still a conversation. It's still progress. It's still an opportunity for you to say your piece and for other parties to say their piece. Now, it might be that nobody's listening to anyone else, but sometimes it's just good to actually get that out there. You know, it's like the first step, I guess. Yeah. Sorry, that wasn't a more upbeat reading. But you can come back to us and let us know how your week's been. And we're all here for you. If nothing else, you can always chat to us. You can message us. Message me on Facebook. Let me know how you're getting on. Right. Let me see. Did anyone else ask a question? Oh, I think I've scrolled way past. I've just seen you saying, seriously, Chris, start again. Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to find the question. I don't know if this chat scrolled so much that we've gone past it. Oh, there we go. So that was Name's comment. Seafood. Reading about gassy collisions. Hilarious. When I was training to be a teaching assistant, I was in nursery class, kindergarten. Reading the story at the end of the day, a kid leant to one side and let Did everyone see the YouTube video with the teacher? The teacher, and she had like maybe like young, maybe like 6, 7-year-old school kids in our Zoom class, and she she let rip. She seriously let rip. I think she thought it was one of those ones. Has anyone seen that meme? I think I sent it to you, Deanne, and Regina as well. One where it's like you think that it's going to be a wee quiet part, and then it's like yo yes, and it's like somebody playing the trumpet. It was like one of those sort of. Um, Aye, yeah, Hen, can you change your name to that sciencey bish? Because it's funny and also it's easier to type and remember and say. Uh, can we power a hot air balloon with our own emissions? I'm not reading the cards for that. Poor Saskia is going to watch this back and be like, what are these people doing with my baby? If anybody was going to do that, it would be Jennifer Ball. Hi, Sue, how are you? Listen to Mills wrestling with work stuff. I know that Ishi's asked a question. I'm sure Ishi has because I saw it when I was scrolling up. Right, here we go. Fuck's sake, Chris. I wanted a good reading. Name same Ace of Cups. Oh, what did I say? What did I say? Because it was the Ace of Cups and I did read it as the Ace of Cups, but what did I say out loud? What deck is this, please? So this is the Bright Future Tarot by Saskia Lee. So there's links in the description to like where you can buy it and information about where you can get a discount code. So the discount's only active until tomorrow, I think, guys. So if you do fancy it, then check it out soon. There we go. Chris, can I get a reading? There's an obstacle in family life. Sure. Right, okay, actually, let's have a wee look. So we've got the Four of Wands is coming out as the situation. I mean, that's an unusual one. Normally, the Four of Wands is a very, very positive card. The only time when the Four of Wands can become a bit troublesome is when you think the Four of Wands is the end, when you think it's the end game, when you think it's the Ten of Wands, and my camera's just froze, so let me just sort that. Very flattering picture of me. Webcam. Deactivate. Activate. I'm back, I think. Um, oh, I see Ace of Pentacles, right, okay. Right, sorry, so yeah, Four of Wands, normally we associate it being quite positive because it's that kind of a, it's getting to the first base, yeah, it's reaching that kind of a, it's that first achievement. It's where things are validated, and you're like, right, okay, I can do this. That I'm actually good at this. It's when you kind of get that achievement, that feeling of achievement from something that you've been trying to do. Like I say, the only time it tends to become troublesome is if you think when you stop there. When you think, oh, I've done it, I can move on, kind of a thing. It's like, no, you're only at the four. You've not fully achieved anything yet. You've only kind of done the first wee bit of it and got a wee bit of good feedback, you know. So yeah, interesting. When we look at the depiction, when we look at what's happening, they're in a tent outside. What was it you said to me? Obstacle and family life. I mean, is it anything to do with your home, your house, that kind of thing? Let's see what the other cards say. Let's see what advice is coming out. So the advice that's coming out is the King of Cups, and that's like the negotiator, like the diplomat. The King of Cups uh, is really good at dealing with um, family drama. Actually, like really good at seeing things from everyone's point of view and taking into account everyone's feelings. They're a good kind of a mediator in these kind of a tough times, these, maybe like family arguments or, just arguments between people that come up and cause people to feel emotionally, drained by them. King of Cups is good at kind of seeing that kind of a situation through to the best conclusion that it can be. It can sometimes be a wee bit unpopular because, I mean, in those situations, you end up having to side with one person or the other, and if there's a compromise right down the middle, then sometimes nobody's happy. So sometimes the King of Cups can be quite unpopular for that reason. But the advice there seems to be very much, it's this kind of a balancing force. It's being this kind of a just this responsible figure, this mediator. And it's about finding that solution, taking everyone's feelings into account. So you said there's an obstacle right now that you're having to deal with. If that obstacle is a person, then I think what it's suggesting is that you're probably the best placed to be able to see things from that person's point of view. And as much, as that person is probably way in the wrong, or that's what is happening here. My camera's done it again. No idea what's going on, guys. Sorry. And it's really distracting me. So yeah, as much as it might be difficult to have to put yourself in that situation, there's always, the solution is always somewhere in the middle. No one's perfect. No one side is ever completely right. You know, the compromise, the perfect solution is somewhere in the middle all the time. So you always need to kind of bring that King of Cups element into it a wee bit and try and see things from the other point of view. Let's see what King of Cups imagery and advice is so apt. Four of Wands, yes, the process which I hold on to, but then there's 2 steps backwards again. Okay, and let's have a look at the outcome. So you've got the King of Pentacles coming in as the outcome. So I mean, that's quite positive. We're seeing things starting to stabilize. He still looks like a good family guy. He still looks like a good kind of a figurehead. Um, when we're looking at the kind of a family, we want things to be stable. As much as we want excitement, we want the fire, we want the water, we want these kind of exciting elements in our life. Quite often, our family and our home is our anchor. It's what keeps us grounded. It's when we start to feel as though we're flailing and things are going to shit. We we need something to be that fixed point that we can rely on to kind of keep us grounded and keep us feeling safe and secure. So we're starting to see that come out there with the King of Pentacles, as the outcome. Things are going to stabilize. They're going to start to feel more secure, but only if you can put yourself in that King of Cups, kind of taking into account everyone's feelings and emotions and using that in order to kind of pave the way forward. Find that solution that's going to be somewhere in the middle. Use your King of Cups for that, and that's going to give way to your nice, stabilized King of Pentacles. Okie dokie. And my camera's gone again. Wow. Oh, don't know why it keeps doing that. Oh, I hope that was okay, Ishi. I know that was a bit annoying because I kept getting distracted and my camera kept going. I think that first card threw me off a wee bit. But yeah, let's see. Have we got any other questions here? I think I'm going to go to the YouTube chat and see if I've been tagged. Debbie, I see your question. I'm just going to see if I missed anyone. No, I think Debbie's next. Debbie Aquarius Owl. Take a general for the weekend. See if I can find it and put it on the screen. Nah, just going to do that. Right, general for the weekend for Debbie. So we're going to look and see how the weekend's looking. The ones just flipped over whilst I was shuffling there. So fast moving, excitement. Right, okay, let's see. So we've got the Four of Swords is coming out as your strength. Four of Swords is quite often known when to step back from the battle, when to step back from the action and rest, recuperate your energy. So it's funny because I just said, oh, the Eight of Wands just flipped over whilst I was shuffling. So that would suggest there's going to be a lot happening. The Four of Swords, by contrast, would suggest that your strength, something you've got going for you at the weekend, is knowing when to actually not get involved in all that energy that's going on and knowing when to take some time away from the action just to kind of achieve this four stability in the mind, in your head. There was a quote that I heard recently, and it was something to do with basically the point is we aren't just judged by our actions, we're also judged by our inactions. So in other words, people aren't just watching what you're doing, they're watching what you're not doing as well. Okay. And this coming out as a strength suggests that you're clever and you know when not to act, which not well, I don't want to say not a lot of people do, but that's just as much a strength as knowing when to act, as knowing when not to act. Knowing when to shut the fuck up is sometimes is just as crucial as knowing when to speak and what to say. So yeah, Four of Swords coming out as your strength for the weekend. The Ace of Pentacles is coming out as your weakness. So looking more at the material, looking more at the actual physical world around about you. Um, and the Ace seems to be a new opportunity, the start of something new. So if that's coming out as a weakness, it might be that there's an opportunity there that you're not grasping. You know, it might just be that in terms of I mean, we're getting to the kind of towards the end of the month, we're getting towards payday, so it might just be that the uh, your purse is a wee bit lighter coming to like the third week in the month, and maybe you don't have as much cash to splash as what you might after payday. That could be all that's saying an asset. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. So we've got the tower coming up, and again, just a wee quick trigger warning for anyone who might find this a bit upsetting to look at. So we've got a depiction of the two towers here in Time magazine. So if this is coming out as an asset for you, the tower is talking about, it's like bringing down that tower. It's bringing down all of the shit that we've built up around about us. We build up these towers around about us that we think that we need, and then actually it takes for something quite shitty to happen, something to come away and come and take all of that away before we realise actually I probably didn't really need all that to start with. If this is coming out as an asset, sometimes the strength and the lesson in the tower is to have strong foundations. So although, yeah, we've not, like I had said earlier on, no one is perfect. We've all got shit that, you know, that we accumulate. Now that could be like physically, the actual stuff that we accumulate, or it can be like stuff that we take on. I could be can mean any number of things, but anyway, we've all got that stuff that we surround ourselves with that we don't actually need. But the asset there is the strong foundations. Although yeah, your tower is going to get hit, there's strong foundations there, and at the end of the day, it's still going to be left. You're going to be able to salvage. Oh, and then coming out as an opportunity, you've got the sun. So not just the star, which normally comes after the tower, but our own star, the sun, that healing vitamin D. That we quite often talk about. The star is the kind of positive light after the tower because it's something fixed that we can always rely on to keep us kind of anchored. When the whole world can go to shit around about us, but the stars will always kind of be relatively constant as the stars can be. And the same can be said for our sun. Our sun is a star. It is, we're always going to be moving around it. It is just as much an anchor point as any other star. But in addition to that, it keeps us alive. It keeps us healthy, both physically and mentally. So there's definitely some good opportunities there. There's probably some stuff that maybe a wee bit of shakiness at some point over the weekend. But at the same time, there's the opportunity to regenerate after that. So there you go. So we've got what 19, 23, 39, 44 Emperor. So the Emperor is coming out as your kind of a personality of the reading there. So it's all about that stability. So it's the kind of a stability of your foundations, and that Tower card, I think, is going to be key. Watch out for this weakness being the Ace of Pentacles, because that's the only Earth card that we've got coming out there. So watch out for that weakness, whatever that weakness is. It might be that you're just a wee bit more careful about your spending over the weekend. It might be that you're going to need something put by for a rainy day or something. But yeah, stability is key. And we've got the 4 linked in there as well. So anyway, I'm just rambling now, aren't I? Right, where did we leave off? Where were we? Oh, I just couldn't find it. Did I? Didn't highlight it. Sorry. Poor Chris had to scroll through all that talk of poop and gas to find the question you did. Deanne's put in the link for me. Thanks, Deanne. As has Naomi. Thank you, Naomi. Logo design button. Sue says, I have an options question if you want to give it a go. 2 new writing projects to pick from. Is the energy better for option 1, a horror short story, or option 2, a fantasy novel? Ooh, that sounds like a cool question. Let's do that then. So let me see if I can find it here to highlight it. So option 1 or option 2. So sorry, Debbie, I don't think I said. I hope that was okay. These cards are perfect. I almost have too many plans, and all I want to do is stay at home and play Animal Crossing. Knowing what I need to do is spring clean and purge. Right, okay. Don't worry, Deanne, it's fine. Okay, starting to lose my voice. My voice is getting all croaky. When I was washing the dishes earlier, Moulin Rouge, Lady Marmalade came on. Of course, you can't listen to that without singing away, can you? So yeah, losing my voice a wee bit. If anyone else has got a question, then pop it in the chat, capital letters, or you can tag me, and I'll catch it. Right, okay, so general card for the writing project. Oh, it's the 9 of Cups, so that's quite positive. That suggests that it's quite a fulfilling project for you. It gives you that kind of it's just that kind of thing where you spend your day working and you just want to do something for you that you enjoy. That seems to give you that, so it does. So regardless of what option you're going down, there's real positivity, and it gives you a lot of fulfillment. Fulfillment is the word that I want to use for this card. It's just that kind of I mean, we're seeing the scene that we are seeing here as a bunch of friends all getting together. It's like that kind of a party, just gathering at someone's house, that kind of a feel. They're all having a glass of wine, everyone's enjoying themselves, everyone is just forgetting the the shittiness, the mundanity of everyday life, and they're just enjoying themselves. They're just being in their emotional selves, and that seems to be what this writing project does for you. So that's really positive. Just looking at it, in general, looking at it on the whole. Let's have a wee look at option one, which you've said is the horror short story. So we're basically wanting to know which direction do we go in? Do we go horror short story or fantasy novel? So, so horror short story seems, that looks really positive. It's taking you from this feeling of fulfillment and happiness, and all of this kind of cup runneth over. And the Ten of Cups for me takes us to, the base, what we absolutely need at our very core, in our hearts. It's our family, yeah, which is the scene that we see here. But we're talking about a writing project. So what that says is that doing the horror short story is going to do the trick. It's the next kind of a natural step, it feels like, just from the kind of a general space that you're in right now. It's going to be the next natural step. The only thing is, I mean, given that we're already at the 9, is the horror short story going to push you? Is it going to challenge you? Is it going to take you out of your comfort zone and really kind of give you that challenge that, I don't know, you might be craving? Probably not. This just feels like a safe step. Let's have a look and see what the fantasy novel. All right, okay. So we've got the Six of Swords coming out there. So I mean, much more. I mean, we've got swords energy, haven't we? There's maybe that this is definitely going to challenge you more. Okay, it's going to feel a lot more like laborious. Is that the word? Like challenging. I already said that. Um, it's going to feel a lot more difficult. Quite often the Six of Swords is that kind of it's after a period of difficulty, we find ourselves kind of looking for this escape. We try and escape to calmer waters. We try and kind of settle our mind down, find that kind of a harmony in ourselves again. So this is definitely feeling like a much more challenging, difficult task. So it is. But with all of that said, I don't think the Six of Swords is necessarily a negative card. It certainly doesn't speak to a negative outcome. Normally, the outcome of the Six of Swords is, it's achieving that harmony within yourself. So, I mean, there'll still be that kind of achievement, but I just feel as though the journey, actually getting there is going to be a bit more difficult with the Six of Swords. So, in answer to your question, I think I need to hit you with a question back. I think you need to ask yourself, what is it that you're looking to achieve by doing this? Is it simply just, you're looking for something to, to take yourself out of the kind of everyday shit that you have to deal with in life and something to enjoy? Is this kind of a next step, this safe option, going to be, is that what you're looking for? If so, then go for the short story. If you're looking for something that's going to challenge you, that's going to take you outside your comfort zone, there's going to be ups and downs in the process of writing it. There's probably going to be difficulties. There's probably going to be times when you think to yourself, why did I even do this? Well, what how do I get? And another thing about this is, we've got swords here, so there's a lot more of the intellect that's going to have to come into this process. For the short story, it feels like you can pretty much go on your feeling. You can pretty much feel it out. You can get it done just by going with the flow of it. With this, there's going to have to be a bit more of the logical mind just engaged. You're going to have to kind of plan out, like kind of like I don't need to tell you how to write a book, but just have to be a wee bit more organized, I think is what I'm trying to say with this. So yeah, I'll kind of leave that. I'll leave you with that. I don't want to tell you go one or go the other. I think that they're both potentially quite good options for you. It just depends on what you want to get out of it. So yeah, let's see. you said it would be a lot quicker to complete. I can see Elle's here. Hi, Elle. How are you? To get back into the flow of writing, really. So I may ease back into it with a short story. The novel is part of a 6-part series too, so that may be relevant. Thank you. Right, okay. Okay, cool. Well, if it's to get back into the flow, I mean, you're in the 9 of Cups now. Getting back into the flow, to me, this is definitely the answer then. So yeah, I think go for the short story. That doesn't mean to say that you can't then go for this once you've done this, but I think that's the next step for you. So Ruth, what deck is this? This is the Bright Future Tarot by Saskia Lee, and there's links to where you can get it in the description. And if you search Bright Future Tarot on YouTube, then you'll find some walkthroughs of it. I know Simon's done one. I've done one as well. Oh, my chat's jumping. Very helpful. Oh, and there's Elle. That's where Elle came in. How are you doing, Elle? I feel as though I've not seen you in ages. Well, I have. I saw you recently, but I feel as though that was the first time I'd seen you in ages. Now I don't think I've seen you since. So, what's been happening? How are you? Oh, not bad, thanks. Hope you're good. Yeah, I'm okay, thank you. I don't think we'll get any more questions, have we? Has anyone else asked a question? Or are we wrapping it up? It's quite early for me, isn't it? Normally I go for about 2 hours. But I don't mind a wee short live for a change. Means I get an extra episode of my show that I'm watching. And my camera is blooming well stopped again. Hang on. Don't know why it keeps doing that. Yeah, it just seems to keep freezing. And it was doing that flashy thing earlier. I don't know, it's weird. Maybe just need to kind of unplug it and plug it in again. Naomi's off to bed, I see. What am I watching? I'm watching Criminal Minds. It's really good. I love it. My favourite character is Penelope Garcia. She's like the tech analyst. She's like kind of surrounded by computer screens, which is like my dream. I want to be surrounded by computer screens. But yeah, I think I'm on season 8 or something like that. Regina's questions just popped up saying what season are you on? So yeah, I think I'm on season 8. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And what else? I've watched. I recently watched the first series of, and you would probably slag me off here, especially Elle. Elle, I feel as though I'm going to get slagged off here for saying this, but has anyone seen the film Love, Simon? So if you've seen the film Love, Simon, there's Love, Victor, which is like a series that they've made out of it. So for the US guys, I think it's on Hulu, and for us guys in the UK, it is on Disney Plus, the kind of Star Disney Plus. It is so good. It's so cheesy. It's cheesy as fuck, but I absolutely love it. And they've just announced that series 2 will be out soon, and it'll be out in the UK on June 18th. Why did I say that like that? On the 18th of June, not June 18th. Sake, I'm not American. You've never heard of Love, Simon? My goodness. It's really cheesy, but it's really good. It's basically like It's one of your kind of a high schooly love story type things, but it's so Simon is gay, um, and he kind of gets to write into this person who he doesn't know who it is, but he knows it's someone in his high school. And they kind of build up these feelings for each other just through writing to each other and stuff. And he doesn't find out who it is until, well, I won't kind of give anything away, but it's it's just such a nice film. And Simon, you've seen it, haven't you? You said you've got it, I'm sure. And Love Victor is just as good, if not better. Love Victor is brilliant. Um, so yeah. Anyway, that's my guilty pleasure. But yeah. Anyway, I'm just yapping now. So yeah, I'm probably going to head to bed, watch some Criminal Minds, and yeah, I'll be looking forward to when Love Victor comes out. I have to add it to the list. Yeah, I'm not sure if Love Simon is on anything. I've got it on DVD. I don't think it's on Disney Plus, which is where Love Victor is, but it's definitely worth a watch. Yeah, I have the DVD. The scene with his mum and dad breaks me. Do you know what really gets me? It's after he's come out and like the conversations that he has with, when he has the conversation with his mum, and then when he has the conversation with his dad. That is like, I shit you not, that's kind of like the way my dad was. Him, like when I came out to my dad, he was all emotional and like really happy that I told him and all that kind of thing. Um, but yeah, that really got me. So it did. It's just dead sweet. Oh, that's the conversations that you mean. Yeah, yeah. No, I totally agree. Then it's brilliant. Yeah, the dad in the yard. Yeah, yeah. Regina says, so not the show I would watch to lull me to sleep, Criminal Minds. Yeah, no, we've just got used to kind of watching an episode or two every night. It's really, really good. Um, so yeah, anyone who's not seen Love Simon and Love Victor series one, like really, I would highly recommend. It's cheesy, and it's like kind of a high school love story-ish, but it's just nice to see it told from, an LGBT plus perspective because there's the extra dynamic of having to come out and having to worry about, what your, what your friends, what your family, what everyone's going to think, you know. Like everybody, regardless of whether you're, gay, straight, bi, or tie, or whatever you are, everyone goes through shit. But in terms of like looking at different, like the general when you're watching movies about that kind of stuff, I just think that's a wee something extra. And I'm freezing again. Hang on. I just think that the whole thought of having to come out is something it's an extra dynamic. It's an extra dimension that isn't that doesn't have, what am I trying to say? It doesn't have a hetero equivalent. I think as much as everyone has their shit that they have to deal with, and no one's exempt from that. That's just something that doesn't quite have an equivalent in the normative storyline. And I don't say that in a bad way towards anyone. I just mean I just like it because it's something different and it's something that I can relate to as a person. But anyway, I kind of got. It sounded like I was getting up in a soapbox there, but I didn't really mean to. I think I was just trying to explain myself and not doing it very well. uh, definitely used to watch Criminal Minds to fall asleep. Yeah. Elle loves a bit of cheese. Oh, that's good. Elle, I thought you were going to slag me off. In fact, I think I might have said this when I was gliding Simon a couple of weeks ago and talking about love Victor. I think I might have said I would never say this to Elle because I'm pretty sure she'll slack me off. Have you guys seen Mandy Patinkin's YouTube channel? No, I've not. Is it good? All right, my chat's quicker on Facebook right now than what on YouTube right now than what it is on StreamYard. I was laughing. I'll love it and still slag you off for it. Oh, I'm sure you will. Oh, he's right. Yeah, of course he is. He's Gideon in Criminal Minds, right? Okay. No, I've not seen it. His son films him and his mum. Right. No, I've not seen it, but I'll need to check it out at some point. Oh, I've just realised my blinds aren't closed, so you can see the reflection behind me. Oh, wrong way. Right. Well, guys, I'll probably love you all and leave you there. Hope that everyone has an amazing weekend. I've got my niece tomorrow, and then I don't think we've really got a lot planned at the weekend. So I'll pull a wee card for everyone for the weekend, and then we can leave it. So a card for the weekend for us all. Oh, we've got the Emperor. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Mary L study group is at the weekend. It's on Sunday at 4 p.m. my time, British Standard Time, British Summer Time, sorry. And we're starting with the Emperor. So quite literally, the Emperor is what's happening this weekend. So yeah, 4 p.m. on Zoom. I'll put the link in the Barely Balanced Tarot group again. For anyone who's not in that group and who wants to attend the Zoom, just send me a message on Facebook or by email, elementalcartomancy@gmail.com, and I'll send you the meeting details, and you can pop in. What else was I going to say there? Yeah, and then next Thursday's live is going to be the kind of a YouTube equivalent of the Mary L study group. So we'll be doing probably the Emperor, the Hierophant, the two Hierophant cards, the Lovers, and the Chariot if we can get through them all. So yeah, Mary L study group this weekend, and we will be starting with this guy, the Emperor, only obviously the Mary L Emperor. So what can we say about the Emperor for the weekend? I mean, he's got all these masks, hasn't he? He's quite careful and calculated about this part of himself that he presents to the world. And he's playing a good game. You know, you see the chess in front of him. The Emperor, you know, every single move that he makes has a purpose behind it, and that is because the stability of his kingdom is everything to him. You know, he is the four. You know, he's all about the stability, and that has really positive aspects, and it also has really negative aspects, and some that are kind of just in the middle. You know, some that are just a bit meh. So that stability is key. That's going to be the key for us for the weekend, is, you know, maintaining and achieving that stability. I guess this Emperor card just makes me question, like, let's think about how we get and maintain that stability. Let's do it through, you know, means that we can be proud of. Having all these masks isn't necessarily a bad thing. We all, to some degree, present different masks to different people in different aspects of our lives. But it's when it gets to the point where you're becoming two-faced and manipulative about things in order to maintain your perfect world, that's when it might become a bit of a problem. That's when the Emperor energy becomes a bit of an issue, where it becomes that kind of an over-controlling energy, and the things that you're willing to do to achieve that. So let's just, you know, let's just make sure that when we're in our endeavours to maintain, achieve this order, this stability, let's just not be a dick in the process. There we go. So yeah, the Emperor is regular and requires no laxatives. Yes, yes, he is. He doesn't need any too many hi-fi bars. L pulled the Emperor as one of your daily cards. Oh, that's cool. What deck did you pull it from, L? If you don't mind me asking. I think I'm going to actually do a Chris Made Me and get this one issue. Oh, cool. We'll make sure you look it up and get the code. And if you can't find it, then ask me, and I'll see if I can find it for you. Right, okay, cool. I think people are starting to. Oh, the sassy burrito. Cool. Right, well, guys, thank you so much. It was lovely to see you all, especially, the guys that I've not seen in a wee while. Look who's just popped in. The Emperor or the Hierophant. It was definitely the Emperor, Jen. Definitely the Emperor. The Emperor is our card for the weekend, but it's been your card for the entire week. So yeah, take care, everyone. I hope everyone. Oh, my camera's given up. Hang on, it's just starting again. Wow. We'll get there. Take care, everyone. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you all later. Bye bye.